Hey, this is Daniel from Adorama Pro. This week on set we were speaking about run-and-gun interviews. So when you're working by yourself interviewing, you can't be hiding behind the camera all the time. An interview is a conversation. So you want to keep your distance to your subject about 3, 4, maybe 5 feet at the most, so that when I'm standing here having a conversation with Dave, it seems comfortable for both of us. You might be a tiny bit behind the camera so you can watch, but you want to really be dealing with your subject at this distance. So I have a 24-70 zoom on here. I've got it set around 35 millimeters. That gives me a good frame on him and also a good conversation going. So all these things dangling off my monopod here, these are my headphones so I can monitor my audio. This guy here is a wireless lav that I'm using for my own voice, and I have everything plugged into my zoom on the side here. So I'm able to just kind of peek down and make sure my levels are good as I'm working, and I can also have my headphones on if I want to hear them. Over here on Dave's face, I've got lighting him up as a light panels. This is the chroma, so I can change from tungsten to daylight balance depending on my needs, and of course I can also dim it up and down. I think I just did that backwards. It was daylight to tungsten, but it's okay. You get the point. In an environment like this, I tend to try to use the house lights as my key, and then just bring the LED in just kind of as a fill so that it looks natural to the situation. So here's like no light, and I just bring it in so it's there. A little eye light, and I've got it, you'll notice I have it on the opposite side of the camera as I'm going to stand. LEDs can be a bit tough to look at, so I find it easier to put myself here, my subject there, and it seems really natural. On top of the camera, I have what most people are using here, which is a shotgun mic. It's in a shock mount, so you don't get any camera noise. Now you notice on a shotgun mic, this is your pickup pattern. This bottom part is the front. So you've got this kind of narrow burst going forward, and then you have what they call is a tail. Now, that can be great for some things, but you have to be careful when using a shotgun mic, because if I'm standing behind it, the tail is going to pick up my audio, which means that if I touch this cable or I jiggle my buttons back here, I'm going to affect my own audio. So I actually usually prefer a cardioid mic for an interview this close. Let me show you some different mics over here. We're working with the Sennheiser kit here, and there's various microphones available. This is a longer shotgun, so you notice a skinnier pattern with a tail. This is the cardioid. This is the one that I like. Kind of looks like a heart, if you put it this way. And what's nice about this is that you get no tail, and you've got a little bit of a wider pattern, so if you want to interview more than one person, and also it doesn't go quite as far, so if you kind of miss your subject's mouth, you don't pick up the people behind them. This one right here is an omnidirectional mic, which is great for picking up the environment if you were like in the woods and you wanted to get ambience and such. And then this one here is a cardioid, which you're going to use as a handheld type mic if your producer wants to do some kind of, where they're going to be in the shot. Okay, so this is a great kit for somebody who's going to be working on their own, doing run-and-gun interviews. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Adorama TV, and I'll see you next time on set.